Hello, ladies. How are you? We ready for another day, another class? This time we will repeat a haircut that we did a couple months ago. I have the book that I asked you to get ready, and on your schedule we have for this time this haircut. So this is a haircut that is on page 35, and we will walk step by step. I strongly recommend that you have your book with you so you can follow it. So I'm going to start with sectioning. We'll try to save as much length as possible for you to do many haircuts. My client has already the first center part. I'm going to go all the way to nape area. And according to the book, we have the first section that if you see your book, it goes to about the middle of her ear. So this is one of the sections. Then we have another one that goes here and then your top. So let's try to divide it the best we can. I'm going to divide to make it easy. I'm going to divide my front section. Try to keep all the ends up. Then the other section was about right here. Okay, I like this one better. And the one by her ear. Okay, let's do the same on the other side. Your front section. With the experience that you have since last time that we did this haircut, we are able to work with bigger sections than what we did a couple months ago. So I'm going to try to make my section as clean as possible. Okay, that's what we have. We don't want to waste, not waste, but cut a lot of length. We would like to get as many haircuts as possible from this lady. So for today, from the brown part, then let's go down to, you have from here, let me lower this camera a little bit. Okay, let's see if we can see from here. You put your comb underneath the brown part, and then I'm going to number 5. And that will be the length that I'm going to leave. Let me make room here. So my right here on my first center section. Okay, down to 5. So here is my guideline. Then on your book, you have some options. One is asking you to hold it with your comb like this. If you're brave enough to keep your comb straight. Okay, let me lower this a little bit more again. So this is one option. You can go with your comb comb it straight. But since I have the stand on my way, that's why I rather to hold it with my fingers. But if you were brave enough, then you keep your comb here and cut underneath. I prefer just to go here, look at my fingers, hold it, look at it as straight as possible. I have it very, very tight. And then one day we mentioned that we would only move one blade. Extend my horizontal line. Move to the other side. Because of the practice that you have now, see how much here I'm dropping. Now you have done this many times, so you can do this much easier. Double check. It would always be nice to check your length. Okay, she moved a little bit here, so let's find. Better. Now look how much here I'm dropping now. If my guideline is clean, then this section will be very, very easy. Plus, on this client, look how much here I'm going to cut once I drop my section. So that's why I am brave enough to drop all this big section. Looking all the way down, my fingers went down. Once I have my guideline, I lock my fingers and I can lift. Keeping an eye on her, not to tilt. So there is a few rules that will give us a nice clean cut. Cat position. This client cannot move. And I'm always walking behind her to be in front of the section that I am working on. I drop another big section here, but here at the bottom, there is not much that need to be cut. Oops. Let's clean my comb. I'll be back. Ready to go on my next step and finish. Okay, center, get out of my way. Here's the other part that to remind you, try to move just one blade and clean this part. Look at your book, and now we are going with picture number 6, starting on this part. Then my sections, you see how thick they are. Now this part right here, I'm using my back length as a guideline. And if you look at your picture, this hair will be over directed a little bit towards the back. So bring it back Then right here with my back length. So this front here, when I let go, it should go a little bit longer because the over direction that we are working with. Drop another section, bring it towards the back. I'm going to drop all of this to see if I have anything else to cut. Going to the other side and repeat the same on the other side. So we need to move, make sure that we stand in front of the section that we are cutting. Over direct, I almost forgot that step. Over direct this towards the back and use this section, the original 0, as my guideline. So we over direct. Extend your horizontal line. And not much, so I'm going to drop it off. Okay, done with this part. Now let's go with, on your book, we are starting on picture number 10. And we are taking a diagonal section going back. So that is our next step. Before we take our diagonal section, right here on the very, very center, I'm going to cut my shortest point. I said I wanted to save length, so you will drop it and very, very, very loose. Then I want you to cut it right here at the bottom of the brow. Right here, we're going to leave it here, and oops, here is your length. We have mentioned the hair cutting, it's easy. We connect short with long. Dropping sideburn, it's my long point, and I am connecting my short and my long, and I'm going to do the easy side first, which is her right. I am taking a thin section. Okay, we say thin. And we wanted a place date, but you see mine, it is a thin. On your book, it's a little bit more. You can see the thickness that I have here on this section. Now I'm going to stand in front of my client, and I will ask you to always keep your guideline right here on the center. So every time that you grab it, keep it here. We understand over directing. If I move it closer to my next dot, I'm going to cut too much. If I go over on the other side, because my guideline is moving away from it, then I'm increasing adding length. But I want it to be just perfect. So I'm going to keep an eye on my guideline here on the center at all times. This side is the easiest, and it is the easiest because I'm going to comb this hair here, keep it here on her nose. We found the short one. Now we need to connect with the long one. So it can barely disappear here, and then it's coming from the short to the long. Connect it again. Don't cut more than your second knuckle. Ooh. I'm going to keep bringing sections until I don't have any more hair to cut. On each side, what I would ask you is the way we combed. And I want you to think that she is shaking her hand, and then right there with natural fall, that's where we're cutting. Because if I try to comb her hair all this way completely, then it'll be much shorter. So look at your picture. It is a 45. At first, I grab all of it, but if I cut it all, then I'm going to cut into my finger. So at first, I grab it all, step on my short, look for my long one, lock my fingers, and then I can move my hand. I cut it here, then just place it again, and cut. So here's how we keep dropping our sections. Then 45. On your book, it goes very far back, but my lady doesn't have that much length. So I will drop another section. And if I have hair to cut, then we'll keep on going. Up to the second one and place hands again. Not many to cut. So I'm done on this side, just a few. And move to the other side. My guideline going to the other side, my section, a thin one first. My short point and my long point here, bottom of the side burn. So on the other side, I said that it was easy, and then we cut this way. Now I need to do it this way on this side. And if you go and look at picture 16, that's where we are right now. I'm going to bring my hair, and again, I want you to see that it is a 45. And now instead of starting on my short one here, I will need to bring my, start on the long one instead of the short one. I'm going to start right here on my very long one, and I'm not cutting it. So I need to kind of let it drop a little bit and then look for the short. So I'm going to start right here. I don't cut my short. Then I'm done with this one. You can see my short one. Let me move this lady a little bit more so we can see. So here is my short point. Keep it here on her nose. Cut a little bit and pull again. Here's my point and my short one, and connect. Once you have your guideline, then it'll be easy to follow it. Careful on hair distribution. Find my longest point. Just remember your 45, it'll be like if she's shaking, we drop. It won't reach much. Okay, one more just to check. Once I'm done with this section, I need to bring my chair down a little bit because according to the book, let me see my next page. Okay, now I'm going with my picture 18. So look at picture 18 and we are doing a 180. So I lower my chair here. Endless section, it'll be easy if we kind of have or 4 sections, just for control. Good. It's a 180. I need to stand on the opposite side of the one I'm going to cut. Let me ask my water bottle to come and visit. Getting dry. We already established her length right here. So we're still using this point as a guideline. I want you to remember head shape. So my fingers will stand as according with head shape. Shorter here and longer. But let me make sure that you see what I'm doing. Let's see if we can see the cut a little bit better. I try to arrange my camera person. So let's see. Taking another parallel section to the center. So this here, I'm going to center part, my original shortest point. Then I'm going to look at head shape, straight up. With the shortest point that I found here. Hand up, head shape. So the lowest part of the head shape, front hairline, the lowest point of my finger, front hairline, and then cut. Since my fingers are not as long as my section, then that's okay. I can take it in a few sections. This is my guideline from now on for both sides. Take another section, and again, now my sections are a little bit more than half an inch. Stationary. So I am standing on the opposite side of the one that I'm going to cut. Then I need to see my guideline, then cut exactly like my guideline. Then bring this towards me. And I'm going to take subsections until I run out of here. Comb together, stationary guideline. And you remember the stationary guideline means that no matter how many sections I have, I need to have this here always on the same part, same place, stationary. If she moves it, then it may not be as perfect as I want it, or it should be, or the book has it. So I'm done with this side. I'm going to use the same guideline here, bring them to the other side. Then this hair out of the way. And going with this one. Stand on the other side. Now, head shape. My fingers need to go high towards the back. Let's move this here a little bit. My new section, my guideline together. Straight up on the center that I want you to see. Check that I keep them on the center. My guideline. And cut. Another subsection. Okay. Here on the apex, same guideline for both sides. And I'll turn my plastic lady to the other side so you can see. I'm standing on the opposite side. I'm standing across, working on this part. Let's remove this clip, move the others out of the way. Side to side, horizontal section. Okay, let's lower my chair, if possible, a little bit more so you can see. Okay, I think that's it. Let's see. Yes, you can see it now. Straight up. Now, I'm going to cut it until I run out of here, which will be fast. Okay, you don't see my guideline, maybe. see if I might need to move it a little closer to you or farther from you. Okay. Hold. Let me ask my cameraman to work. Moving and moving. My lady that even her hair is getting dry. Okay, so let's start. My center guideline. So side to side. Let me find my guideline. Get a little bit thicker so I won't get lost and give her two guidelines. Oh, so I have a thicker guideline. You can see it here. Okay, then across. Stationary, do not let go. Across. Okay, done. On this side, I'm going to save the same guideline for the other side. I need to be on the opposite side. If I tighten my chair, okay. So I'm going to have some control of this lady's hair. Put the one that I just finished out of my way. And this is the other section that I am ready to cut. Then together, because it is a stationary guideline, looking for my guideline that I can see here and across. Okay, according to the book, I'm done with my haircut, but according to me, I still need to double check that my sections blend. So now let me bring my chair up a little bit to remind you. So somewhere right here, I have my front and back section. I need to see that both blend. So I am taking a little bit of hair from both sides. Bigger section. Then up. Done. So this is just to cross check. If I have a lot of hair, then cut. If there's not much, then leave it alone. A little bit of hair side, a little bit of hair from both sides. Up. Decent. right here on the back section. I'm going to do like a pie shape. And on the back, I didn't go too far down because the length did not reach. So just checking. Okay, decent. I'm going to clean up a little bit here, and then I'm going to start with the blow dry. I'm going to do the steps that we already know. I'm going to remove most of the moisture of this hair, and then I start on the round brush. Remember your basic rules of not air on the scalp, then just through. I don't want your lady to feel burnt. So let me do that. I remove most of the moisture. Now I'm going to section. We'll try, let me see your nose. We'll try our best to make it look like the one on your book. Back will be very, very simple. We all know how to do that. I see a little bit of a wave on this hairstyle. So we just try to create that little bit of a wave that we have there. Okay. Section according to your brush. The way we cut it, here's another part that I hope you'll practice, you'll try. On the back, we took horizontal sections, so now I'm working with a horizontal section. Going to let it cool down a little bit. And as I unroll my brush, I'm going to turn my brush a little bit to give her a little bit of the wave that we have on the picture. So I'm going to hurry up, finish all the back, and then I be here to do the front. The part that I want you to play, be careful, work with it, see the difference. The way we cut the front, it was a little bit slanted, and my section here, it is a little bit slanted. So here's my section. The other part, also with the way I have my section, then my brush need to be also going with the part. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to place my brush according to the part. Then because my lady has a little bit of a wave, then we undo our brush this way to make it look like the wave she has. I'm just going to do one on the other side. I think you have plenty of experience on blow dry. And the way we have our section, diagonal back, then my section, my brush is coming this way. Find my dryer. Okay, I don't want to take a lot of your time. I'm going to finish my lady, a little bit of wave here. I will finish mine. I want you to get ready for yours. Go ahead and set up. I'll be watching. You have your book. If you need help, then ask. Get ready. Love you. Bye.